What's up, you guys? I'm back and I am thrifting. I'm so excited to be going thrifting right now. It's one of my first trips since Christmas, so I'm really excited. I have a very limited amount of time. It's 4:30. The store closes at 5. And then the other store I want to make it to today closes at 6, so I don't have a lot of time. But I am going to pop my little thrift list right here so you can look at it and see what I'm looking for, and hopefully I can find some of those things. Let's go. I knew it was going to be a good day when I saw the 25% off women's clothes and shoes. Right here, I was just looking for a new cardigan. This darling maxi skirt that I'd love to put a purple cardigan with. And I saw one at the store and left it behind. And I've regretted it ever since. If you see something at the thrift store and you love it, don't forget to just get it. Because you can always resell it if it doesn't work. This dress, when I pulled it out, oh my gosh, so cute. I ended up taking this one home. At first, when I saw that little mini skirt, I was immediately attracted to it. And then I realized it was just too short. But I kept flipping, and look, the cutest denim skirt. Oh my goodness. This is an eye-side piece, and it came home with me. Look at this beauty. A perfect length, a great wash. You hear that sound? That's the I'm a broken clock sound. But I opened up the back just to see what was broken and if I could fix it. Oh, look at there. Just a little battery in there that needed to come on out. And then it was fixed. Wonderful. I was looking at these shoes because I thought they were super cute. They were actually a size 6.5. So that's definitely too small for me. So I had to put those back. The only thing about voiceover is that you see things that you missed. I definitely didn't realize that cute little Noah picture was there. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. It would have been perfect for Sunday school. These little chairs, so sweet, so cute. But when I looked at them a little bit closer, I realized my kids would just pop a hole in those. Oh my gosh, I found so many cute things in there. I had to stop filming because my arms were too full. I didn't have a buggy, and I was like, can I please just put my things up here? Because I found so many cute things. I literally was in there 30 minutes exactly. I spent $31. I got so many great things. They're having a sale on women's clothing, so I got a good deal there. I am going to stop by the Goodwill, even though it's not my favorite Goodwill, and just see. I didn't get anything I needed. But I saw so many things that I got, and I immediately had dreams for them. So I had to get them and bring them home with me. So now I'm going to pop into this Goodwill and see if they have anything. And then maybe I'll do a haul when I get home. Baskets. I love baskets. Oh my gosh. I definitely picked this basket up. I almost took the other basket in this shot home as well. I loved the shape of it, but the color threw me off and I didn't want to paint it. I love crystal glassware. I'm always looking for that special thing, especially since my crystal trinket box got broken. This china was so beautiful, but I just don't have a need for a complete set. I saw this and I'm like, what the heck is this thing? So I'm always looking for cutting boards, but I had to see what this was. And it was just a little wall art with a cactus and a hummingbird. And I said, you can stay here. I don't think you're for me. Looking through the board games, and I came across this gem, Sealed with a Kiss, the board game with a real Kiss collecting stamper. Oh my gosh. This I almost bought for my friend Emily because she's totally a raccoon. She behaves like one. I love this little round table. However, it was in really bad shape, and they wanted $40 for it. I said, where am I? This is not a thrift store price, friends. Loved this little gray candle vessel. I ended up taking this home for $1, and it was Hearth and Hand, sold for $8.99. This dress, the beautiful dress. I didn't include this on my haul, so I'll dub in a video here. Okay guys, it's a few days later and I just haven't had time to film the haul, but I'm so glad because I also got a box from ThredUp, and I am not sponsored by ThredUp, okay? I wish I was. I'm not sponsored by anyone except Jesus Christ, so I don't have any, affiliation with them, but I totally encourage you, if you love thrifted items, to go to ThredUp because it is such a great way to find reasonably priced items that you really love and brands that you enjoy. And of course, it's easier than going to the thrift store and digging. So if you're not a digging kind of person, if you're thrifting, you enjoy thrifted items, but you don't like the actual act of thrifting, first of all, what are you doing here? Second of all, you could get it at ThredUp. But I'm going to show you the finds that I got at the 2 thrift stores that I visited the other day. And then I'm going to show you the ThredUp haul and show you all the outfits that I put together. So you saw in the video that I picked up that little clock. And when I picked it up, it made that sound. Oh gosh, this clock is broken sound. And I didn't know if I wanted to bring it home. But when I opened up the back, I saw that it was just a loose battery in there. Took that little battery guy out and brought this sweet little clock home. And yes, I did pop a battery in it at home, and she works. Nothing's wrong with it. I checked the inside to make sure there was no water damage, but this is really such a lovely little clock. It is made out of wood, so that was even more exciting to me. There's no brand or anything like embossed on the bottom, but what's more important than anything was that I just absolutely fell in love with it. I think it's such a cute little piece. It's going to look great on a little stack of books or something like that. And I'll try to show you a picture of where I decide to style it. I think this is going to go in my dining room. I'm going to be doing a dining room redo, and I'm going to try to bring you guys along for that as well in the coming weeks. But I think this is going to be a part of the dining room on my little buffet table. But I thought it was absolutely beautiful, and it was only $6. The second thing that I found at the store was, when I saw it, I might have squealed. I was so excited to find this bell. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my gosh, the black, the wood, and it works. Which is probably a bad thing because I have 2 little children. My 2-year-old's already going, my jingle bell, my jingle bell, my jingle bell. But I really do love it, and I think it's so pretty, and it's so perfect for what I'm doing in my home, that cottagecore, grandma, sweet, comfortable vibe. I thought it was just absolutely stunning for that. And this is metal, and this is wood, so it's not like a cheap, knockoff or something that's not worth its weight in salt. It's actually a really beautiful piece. And I ended up paying $2 for this giant bell, and I've paid more than that for much smaller bells before. So I was very excited to find this piece. The next thing I found, I actually have seen in the thrift store before, and I left it behind, and I wish I hadn't. Like, when I think back on it, I'm just shaking myself, especially because now I know that I found the other one, hindsight's 2020, I guess. But it's this beautiful school picture frame, and you put your kids' pictures 1st through 12th grade. I absolutely love that. And I've seen this exact piece before at another thrift store, and I didn't pick it up because I've got 2 kids. And I thought, well, I can't just put 1 kid in there, what about the other kid? I'll feel bad for them. But when I saw it, I was like, this is a sign. You don't see it twice in the 2 months and not need to take it home. And for $3, I knew that I had to do. I also thought maybe I could put, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and then just kind of rotate the pictures out so that I've got 1 child on the top and 1 child on the bottom as they kind of progress through the ages. I don't know. And maybe I'll find another one. I found 2 in 2 months. Maybe I'll find another one. I forgot to mention that this piece has a hanging chain on the back and the place where you can just hold it up. So I thought that was really fun too. Just multiple ways to use one item. The next item, there's actually 2 of a kind, but it's just this pretty little gold frame. I'm a sucker for a frame. I love frames, and I'm going to find something to put in there, whether it's pictures of my family or just a cute little picture of a duck that I printed off. I'm gonna put something in there. I love a frame. This one was $2, but it was 50% off, so I paid $1. And then there was another that matches that has gone missing, but it's around here somewhere. When I find it, I'm going to put these 2 together. The next 2 items are, they're like my crack, okay? I don't do crack, but I might as well when it comes to baskets. If I see a cutie little basket, I'm going to buy it. I love a basket. I think I bought 3 baskets on this trip, And I've already found places to use all of them. And I just love the look of a basket because it just feels warm and homey as opposed to like an acrylic box or just shoved in a drawer. This little basket was $1. I even thought this would be pretty up on a wall, but I think I'm gonna use it in my entryway for keys and sunglasses and things like that you kind of catch all right there. The other basket, oh my goodness. So first of all, she's in beautiful condition. Look. Oh my goodness. I love it so much. So it has these compartments. We've seen one of these before on this channel, but this one's much bigger, and it has the compartment for plates or napkins, and then forks, spoons, knives, or whatever else you want it to be. I also thought about using this for crafts and putting paper and then pencils and crayons and markers here. So I thought about that as well. And then I thought, I don't want those kids to have access to that stuff without me being right there because they'll color all over everything in the house. But I do think that it's going to be a really great piece sitting on my kitchen table with the basic utensils that we use daily, so that we can just grab and go. It'll just make things a little bit easier, a little bit faster, but also it's going to be such a cute piece. And if that doesn't work, if the functional side of it just really doesn't make sense once we start doing it, I also think it would be really beautiful with some flowers in these compartments and leave this just for napkins. So we'll see, one way or the other. I think it's going to be a really special find. If you're sticking around for the clothes, just a few more moments, a few more items, and we'll get through the home stuff. I lied to you. It wasn't 3 baskets, it was 4. I love a basket. Baskets are I just love them. I found this little baby basket, and look at how sweet it is, okay? Perfect for just little catch-all. I love things like this, even for gifts. I kind of have a goal of collecting a bunch of baskets and keeping them in my closet with my wrapping paper and all of that, because I love to give gifts in a basket, because then the packaging is, first of all, sustainable, but also the person who is receiving the gift gets an additional gift, because who doesn't love a basket? Crazy people. This is the last basket, I promise. And I had to go get it off the wall. I forgot about it because I was already using it in my home. This basket is actually really soft and bendy, which I liked a lot. And I actually was able to hang this on my cast iron hooks in my kitchen that my husband put up, and it is so sweet. I think it's going to be so great seasonally. For spring, I'm going to put some blue or pink peonies or big hydrangeas in here. Silk, of course, so it doesn't mess up the basket or mess up the wall. I'm going to put those in there to add a little pop of color to that wall, and I think it's going to be really stunning hanging there. My kids love to tote around a basket. They will put their little toys in there, and I'm like, this is the best way to trick kids into picking up toys. You just hand them a basket and say, okay, go toy picking, and then they take care of it. These next 2 finds are probably going to be a little controversial, so I don't know if you have seen on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube all of these different people that are doing, basically they take thrifted china and then get this little kit from Amazon where you can make a 2-tier or 3-tier tray, and they drill through the china and make a really pretty trinket tray. Well, that's a little controversial because so many people are splitting up these beautiful sets of china to make these trays, and that's really a shame. This china, however, was by itself. These 2 little plates were completely alone in the store, and I felt sorry for them because they didn't have any friends, and I looked for their friends because I'm the kind of person who will put the china back together, so when that collector comes in and they find the whole set, they really find the whole set, and it was not there. It was just these 2 little saucers. I told the lady at the desk, first of all, one of them said 50 cents and one of them said $1. And she said, well, that's fine. We'll just do 50 cents. So I paid $1 for both. And I do plan to make a 2-tier trinket tray out of this. And I'll probably make a little short to show you how I do that. My husband immediately said, how are you going to do that without breaking the china? I don't know. Some of the comments say it's not a problem and you use a diamond bit. I don't know anything about drill bits, but I'm going to try. And if not, these little plates are no worse for wear in my home than they would be sitting at that thrift store with nobody taking them home. But, okay, the last home good that I got, I saw in that big basket. If you look to the right in the video, I'm going to pop it back up here on the screen, maybe if I can figure it out. First, I thought it was somebody's cart, but then I realized that the lady who was kind of standing next to that cart walked away and didn't come back. So I was like, what's in here? And that's where I found my bell and my picture frames and one of my baskets. And I was like, this is a treasure trove. I found all kinds of wonderful things in that basket. Then I found this item. And as soon as my husband looked at it, he said, what are you thinking? But I'm thinking that I can flip this and make it something really special. So look at this shelf. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that I love lighthouses, because I don't. And actually, when I think of a lighthouse, it makes me think of that song from, what's that movie where they sing by themselves? A cappella. Pitch Perfect. Pitch Perfect. I had to think about that joke. Adam Devine thought that he was trying out for a baseball movie and everybody was singing. He was like, you guys are weird. When I think of a lighthouse, I think of Pitch Perfect 2, because they had that song about you're my lighter, you're my flashlight, or something like that. And that everybody acted like that was a really good song, but it really wasn't a good song. So let's not tell people that that was good. It wasn't good. But anyway, this piece I thought was really special. I don't love the lighthouse, like I said, but I figure I can put something else here, maybe even some slats or something else, or I may just paint over it. But I did think it was absolutely beautiful. It's nice and sturdy. It's hardly ever been used. It was definitely used as a decor piece and not functionally, because there's no problems with it. And it was priced just at $6. And as a mom of 2 kids, you always need somewhere to hang stuff. Coats and bags and shoes and hats and all of the things all the time. You always need somewhere else to hang things. And so I thought this was such a perfect little shelf. And the shelf on top is nice and wide, so you could still put things on top if you wanted to. So I thought it was really a good piece to find, and really can be a fun project to figure out how I'm going to, which direction I'm going to take it in. You know, am I going to just make it kind of boring, or am I going to try to do something more creative? I don't know yet. I'll figure it out. That was the last homeware item. So I'm going to show you all the clothes now, and I'm going to try to dub in little videos of me trying them on in the corners, but I'm still new to this YouTube thing, and I'm even more new to this editing thing. So I'm gonna do my very best to put that video inside this video, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. Okay, so I've already tried all of these clothing items on, and you already saw some of them as well. So I'm gonna start with just a skirt. So I found this precious blue skirt. There was no size on it. I literally just held it up and did the belly button to the spine trick, and I was like, I think it's gonna fit. Got it home and tried it on. Perfect fit, no problem. So I thought this was really pretty. It's an appropriate length, even though it is a shorter skirt. I think it'll be fine for work, but I also think it would be really cute just with t-shirts. I'm going to style it with a t-shirt today because that's what I've got on, but I want you to see just the versatility in this sweet little skirt, and I paid $2.50 for it. So I was super excited to find such a great find, and then something that had really hardly ever been used. I don't know why there's not a price tag in it, truly. I don't know. I mean, a size tag. But it doesn't feel like Sheen, which is important to me. Next, I have been looking for a denim skirt. I like a long denim skirt, but I also feel like it can look a little too modest if you go the wrong way. So I was looking for, I don't want a mini skirt. Like, I'm a mom, I don't have time to be like pulling my skirt down and being worried about my skirt being stuck. When I saw the mini skirt when I was in the store, I was kind of disappointed at first because I was like, well, I love a denim skirt, but this is too short. And then just 2 hangers back, I found this beauty. Woo, look at that. Now this is from Izod, and the length is so good. I thought this would be so cute with a pair of cowboy boots, and I recently thrifted a pair, so I'm gonna try to show you the outfit next to that. So that, I thought that was so sweet, so perfect. The length is great, like I said. It's Izod, and I paid $4 for this cute skirt. So I was so excited to find it, and there are no stains, no rips, no tears. It's in perfect condition. So honestly, I could probably resell this for $30 or $40 online. Actually, I already know that I could because I checked but I decided it was worth more than that to me because I think it is going to be such a staple for me during spring and summer because I don't like shorts. I just don't like the way they look on me, but I really do always like a skirt. I just feel like it's a little bit more modest and it's a little bit more feminine, you know, and I don't feel like my legs are out for everybody to see. So I was really excited to find this, and I can't wait for this to be a staple. And then the last clothing item that I picked up at the store, I was so excited when I found it. And then I got it home and I was so disappointed. And the video is going to explain why. I've got this beautiful dress. The brand is Velvet Heart Denim. And it's a black denim dress. Hold on, let me button it up so it actually looks like the way it's supposed to look. Okay, so it's this nice thick black denim. And this like utility style, which I really like. I think it's really fun. It almost reminds me of like Divergent. I love the buttons. I think that they are really, really pretty. And I think buttons can also just, they give away, like when you find like a cheap plastic button versus like a metal or a tortoise shell or, you know, just a nice button, it really gives away the quality of the item. So I knew that this was a good quality find when I picked it up, and it was only $6. So I was like, I gotta take it home. My rescue mission doesn't have a fitting room. I also got there 30 minutes before it was time for them to close. So even if they had a fitting room, it's not like I could have got in it. So I just kind of said, I may have to count my losses, and I think I'm gonna have to, because this dress, as cute as it was, here's the video of me trying it on, okay? And you may be thinking, Jess, why are you showing me a busted can of biscuits? I'm not. That's me wearing the dress. I just truly look like a busted can of biscuits in it. And maybe if I lose, you know, 20 or 30 pounds, I can wear it. But I try not to live my life that way. You know, I was big for a long time, and I've lost 100 pounds. And I'm really, really just thankful and happy in the body that I live in. No, it's not perfect, but I don't want to put pressure on myself to fit into a garment. So I would rather just love my body and go, it didn't fit, cut my losses, and maybe try to resell it to someone who can fit it and who can really enjoy it and not have to stress about fitting in that dress. So this is what it looked like on me. I don't think it's going to make its way into my closet. It was a fail, but that's okay, because ThredUp came the next day and everything in my ThredUp box, it was the best ThredUp haul I have ever had, and everything was 50 to 70% off for their New Year sale, and I was just tickled to death with everything that I got. So let's get all of those. I can't wait to show you. Look at all this stuff. I'm so excited. I couldn't wait to unbox it for the camera, okay? I got home, I saw it on my porch. My kids wanted dinner, and I was like, you guys are gonna have to wait a minute. Here's a bag of chips. Mommy's gotta try these clothes on because they are so cute. Don't worry, my kids weren't hungry, they were fine. Also, my husband was bringing a pizza home. I don't want you to think I'm a bad mom. So many cute finds from ThredUp. I love ThredUp. I don't love ThredUp as much as I love regular thrifting because I love the hunt, but I really do love being able to type in, I am looking for this type of thing, or seeing something on Pinterest, their search tools, chef's kiss, okay? When I see something on Pinterest and I love it, or on Amazon, okay? Sometimes a lot of these influencers online that are Amazon affiliates, they'll have some really beautiful items that they're trying on, but I don't really want to buy a brand new item, at least not at this point in my life. I would rather buy something secondhand and really be able to, first of all, not contribute to the mountains of clothing in our landfills, but also just I want to be able to enjoy something and kind of say, you know, I did something good. And then also, not everybody has this. You know, you can't just get it on Amazon. This was the only one like it. So it's kind of fun to be that way, and be a little bit more discerning. Now, that doesn't mean I don't buy clothes from Amazon, because I totally do. I am trying to minimize my waste. And especially this year in 2026, that's one of my New Year's resolutions, is just to minimize my waste. I'm going to try to do more things at home, use less paper products, use less plastic products, and just minimize those kinds of things in my home. So anyway, all of that to say, it's time for a ThredUp haul. First item I'm going to show you is this precious shirt. Now, I know that this is the grandma of all grandmas, but I just absolutely fell in love when I saw it. I love a cute collar. I love a little statement collar right around your face. I think it's so pretty. And I love to put my hair up in just a banana clip. So just like this. And I'd like to have that collar around my face because it kind of brings your eye to my face. Now this little shirt I thought was just absolutely precious. I'll try to put the price up next to it, but it's by the brand That's It, size Chi, so maybe grande, size large, but I thought it was really, really pretty. Now, on the mannequin, the sleeves did not look as puffy as they looked on me. So I already decided that I'm going to get my sewing machine out and I'm going to run just a little tack right here just to tighten that down a little bit so it's not quite so puffy. I think that it was probably intended to be that way, and I think that some people can really pull that look off, but I'm not one of them. I really like this look, but I don't want to look like a doll. I want to look, you know, like a grandma. The next item is also a top, and I'm not a big top girl, okay? Because like I said earlier, I don't like shorts. I don't really love pants. I mean, I wear pants to work a lot, but I prefer skirts. I prefer dresses. I just, you know, I like the femininity of it. And if you don't, that's cool. That's you. But I really enjoy wearing a dress or a skirt. But this outfit I thought came together beautifully. And just like I was saying earlier, I received the pants that I'm wearing with this outfit I received the pants that I'm wearing in this outfit for Christmas, and they're from Amazon. So I definitely wanted to offset that a little bit with a thrifted piece. And of course I could wear them with other things too, but I saw this and I said, those are perfect with those pants. So this is the cute little top, a little peasant top, can be worn off the shoulder or on. I'm gonna wear it on the shoulder. I like a square neckline. The cute little velvet bow, I love that. And then it is a cropped look. I'm not gonna wear it with my belly hanging out, okay? I've had 2 kids. I don't want to. I don't want to show all that stuff. I'm gonna wear it with high-waisted pants, and you're not ever gonna see my belly. So I thought it was really a cute top. Definitely my style with that simple feminine pattern and that pretty neckline. So I think it's gonna be really cute. This is the final shirt. I think everything else is dresses or skirts. So this shirt, I really fell in love with the pattern. I'm not usually into like the peplum thing, but I really like the pattern. And I was gonna take it out of my cart at the last minute because I was like, well, I don't love a peplum. I feel like it makes me look a little heavy. But then I saw it and I took it out. When I took it out of my cart, it didn't change the price because the sale was that good. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get it and I'm gonna see if I love it. And if I don't love it, it can go live somewhere else with one of my friends or something. But anyway, I really do like the way that it looks. So normally I don't like the peplum because I do think that my waist is one of my best features. I like to accentuate my waist, and the peplum doesn't always do that if it doesn't hit in just the right spot. And sometimes, you know, with these like elastic peplum dresses, it hits in the right spot for a little while and then it doesn't, and you have to like constantly be adjusting it, and that can be really aggravating. But this didn't really feel like that. This is from the brand Paper Hearts. It's a size 10, and I gotta tell you, it doesn't fit like a 10. It fits like a 6 or an 8. So it was a little tight. Especially like in the shoulders and arms. And I am like a little bit broader in the shoulder region compared to like the rest of me. But I really did like that. And I like the pattern. And I thought it was just really, really sweet. And again, feminine, springy. So such a cute little addition to the spring wardrobe. The only thing about ThredUp is that you can't try things on. Now, if you shop at my local Salvation Army, you can't try anything on anyway. But the dress that I'm showing you right now wasn't really, it wasn't the silhouette that I thought it was gonna be. Let me back up because you need more room to see the dresses. So this first dress, I liked the neckline. And again, a simple little ditzy floral pattern. I like this little lettuce trim around the edge. I love that. I think that's pretty and feminine. I'm not big on showing my shoulders, but we are going to Jamaica, hopefully in May for our 10th wedding anniversary. And I wanted something that was a little bit more beachy, a little bit more fun. And then when I am home, I can throw a denim jacket or a cardigan over it if I want to wear it. So that was my intention. But then when I put it on, I was like, this girl, she's not going to church because I look it looks a little bit tight around the waist. I could wear it to church, sure. But I think that this one fits cute enough. It's not a busted can of biscuits, that I don't feel bad in it. You can definitely see my tummy. And I just want to say that I don't believe in calling your tummy post-baby, or, you know, just your tummy, a fupa. I think that that's kind of ugly. So what I call it is a cake pop. Because if you think about it, that's kind of what it looks like, is you just got a little cake pop sitting right here, and everybody likes cake pops. If you don't like cake pops, you're crazy. So that's what I lovingly call my tummy, is my cake pop. And sometimes I want my cake pop, you know, to be covered up, and sometimes I don't care. And in this dress, I kind of don't care. I think that I still look really pretty and really feminine, and there's nothing, you know, wrong with being a woman with a uterus that, you know, swells during the month, or being a woman even with a tummy, or a woman who's had a C-section or two. So I think it's okay if you've got a little cake pop too, and I think you should celebrate your little cake pop if you got one. But you don't have to hide it either. If you're comfortable in the clothing that you're wearing and you feel good about your body, then wear those clothes. This is a skirt. Oh, I love a midi skirt, you guys. I'm just a sucker for a midi skirt. So this one, I actually ordered two, and then I got an email from ThredUp that said, we're sorry, the item that you've ordered is no longer available. And I was so disappointed. But this skirt I was very, very excited about. This is the first ever Madewell item I've ever owned. I've never owned anything from Madewell before, but this is from Madewell. It's a size 6, and it was so pretty. Oh my gosh, again, the ditzy pattern. And I love navy. I like it with my hair. I think that it's just a really nice color. This could be worn in a couple of different ways. I could even wear it with this shirt. I may model it with this shirt because it's got a lot of that brown in it. But I'm planning to wear it to work. While it's still a little cooler, I'm probably going to wear it with a brown sweater. And I also have some long sleeve brown shirts that I could do. And then I could also incorporate some short sleeve tops as it warms up, and I don't have to be limited to brown. I could also do green or ivory or white. I think it could be really sweet, but it's a really versatile piece, and I can use it in a lot of different ways. The next item is a dress that I also picked up with the intention of wearing to Jamaica. I liked the neckline. I liked the flutter sleeve. This is from DRA Los Angeles in size medium. Now, I know that we see dresses like this a lot, okay? And we see like this pattern a lot. That's almost why I didn't add it to my cart. But in person, this is a beautiful linen dress. So I know that this is a quality item. And for what I paid for it, probably like $13, it was absolutely stunning. And I'm going to put, of course, the video beside me showing you what it looks like, because I think that it was just such a pretty find and so great for going on a Caribbean vacation. And then if I do want to wear it to church or whatever, I can throw a denim jacket over it. I think it would be really great. The length is great. I love the peplum at the bottom. Peplums around the tummy are not my thing. Peplums at the bottom totally are. So I love the peplum at the bottom, and I thought it was really a pretty pattern. This next dress makes me feel like Penelope from Bridgerton. I just absolutely love it, like in the best way, when she's in her yellow era. And I agree that like yellow was not her color, but definitely she needed jewel tones. But this kind of yellow I think would have been really stunning on her too. The fit of this dress is really beautiful. And I love the little butterflies. If you can see that up close, they're flowers, like kind of look like butterflies too. But I really love this. It is backless, so not something I would normally wear, but I think that there's enough coverage that this is going to be my Easter dress this year. So I was excited to put it on because of the length. I think that it's a little bit more dramatic, which I like for Easter. I like a little bit more dramatic because it is a special occasion. I wear a dress, you know, every day, so, and definitely every Sunday. So I definitely wanted something a little bit more drama, but I thought it was really pretty. And the fabric, oh my goodness, it's just this beautiful, like, I don't even know what this is called, but it's that crinkly type seersucker almost without the stripes is what it feels like. So it's really, really a lovely fabric. And this brand is English Factory, size medium. Oh, and it's new with tags. Oh my gosh. I didn't know it was new with tags. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I wonder how much this thing was brand new. We're definitely looking that up, and I'm gonna pop it up on the screen because we're gonna see how much whoever sent this to ThredUp paid for it versus what I paid for it. Because like this, I didn't know it was new with tags. Oh my gosh, what a find! Okay, the next two, the next three. Two of them look very similar, so I'm going to show you them separately so you can tell the differences. Okay, so this one is by Max Studio. It is this beautiful buffalo check pattern in this pretty blue. I almost didn't get this one too because of the sleeves. I was afraid that the sleeves were going to show too much arm and I was going to be uncomfortable and all that stuff. But then when I put it on, I was very, very happy. I love the way this fits. I think that it is so flattering on me. I think it shows off all my assets. And I think it was just such a stunning find. So exciting. So I really, really loved this one. And I think it's just really beautiful for work or even just, you know, if you want to be trad wifing it up and baking bread in your house. This is such a great dress for this. This dress makes me think of Lucille Ball, and I love Lucy. I watched all of I Love Lucy when I was a kid, and this just gives me Lucy vibes. This just feels like something that she would wear like when she is causing shenanigans and causing trouble. So I just feel like even though this is like a really demure dress, I feel like it's an I Love Lucy, I'm up to trouble dress too. I think that's one of the fun things about clothes is that they mean different things to different people. So I may think that it's a, you know, I Love Lucy dress. I may think that this dress means I'm up to some shenanigans and I'm gonna, you know, conquer the world today and, you know, go ruin a pie factory. That's definitely from I Love Lucy. If you don't know, I didn't just make that up. But it also can just be like, that's just a pretty mom, you know? That's just a little feminine dress. So I think it's really, really stunning. Now this one, I almost didn't get because I am not a big fan of short dresses. Not like shorty short, but I feel like the length is always just a little bit off, especially when you buy resale. Because if people washed it, and didn't wash it properly, sometimes the length is just a little bit funny. And I'm not tall by any stretch of the imagination, so it's not like it's going to be too short on me, but it still changes the way it hits the waist. So like I'm not tall, but I have like a tall waist, like my torso is longer and my legs are short. So I don't want it to be too short and I look like it's way up here underneath my boobs. So this is the dress. And I guess I just love this pattern. I don't know. I love a ditzy floral pattern, but I really did like this one. I think that it looks really, really great. It's really, really flattering. And it's just a lovely, lovely piece. And I think I'm going to wear it frequently. Now, there is no tag, and I think that it was actually listed as unbranded. And to me, sometimes that means that it's Shein, but it doesn't feel like Shein, you guys. Like it's well, like, no, it's Wild Fable. I knew it. It's Wild Fable. Okay, I found the tag. As my husband says, the piece de resistance. Or as the rest of the world says, the pièce de résistance. Oh my gosh. Somewhere over the rainbow. Okay, I won't do that anymore. But how beautiful is this dress, right? Oh my gosh, I just fell in love with it. The brand is Glamorous Bloom. I have no idea what that is, never heard of it. I love it. I love the waist. I love the way that it ties. I'm glad that they tied that for me because I never would have figured that out in 1,000 years. I don't care how long I looked at it, I never would have figured that out. But the way that this dress is shaped, the way that the sides come in, normally when I see like the hem being rounded in the front and the back, I stray away from that. But I didn't realize that it was like that. When I put it on, I thought it was stunning. My husband actually got home when I tried this on last night, so I opened the door and he said, oh my gosh, hello. So he really liked it as well. But this is definitely my Dorothy dress. Judy Garland, eat your heart out. I absolutely love it. And I think it's going to be a staple for me during spring and summer. Also, I kind of would like to have another baby. Like, I'm not in any rush, But I am thoughtful about that when I'm buying clothes, that I would like a little room to grow if I decide to have another baby. My husband and I have not decided yet when or if we're going to do that, but I am thinking about it a lot. So what I think about mostly is if I'm going to go down that road and I'm buying clothing that I really love, that is a timeless piece that I want to be able to use over and over and over again, year after year, I kind of want it to be able to grow with me. And I think this dress has a lot of room for that as well. It would be really great and bump friendly if, you know, that happens for me in the future. But it's not on the horizon at this point in time, but it is something that, you know, we have talked about and tossed around. And if you're in that season of life too, and you're thinking, you know, I want to get on this thrifting journey, but I'm not sure if now's the right time, because what if I get pregnant? You know, thrifting is the best thing you can do if you are pregnant, because those clothing items, they don't have to be maternity. Of course, I don't feel like you can hardly find maternity clothes anymore unless they cost an arm and a leg. But you can buy regular clothes, maybe a size or two up from what you normally wear, and just make sure they're bump friendly. And you can save so much money on those clothing items because you won't be in them very long. And when you are done with them, you can either donate them back to a charity shop, or you could send them to ThredUp in one of their $7.99 bags, and they will sell them for you. I mean, like I said, I'm not sponsored by ThredUp, but like, I mean, I should be, because I really love what they do. I really like everything that they do. And that's coming from somebody who resells clothing all the time on eBay and Poshmark and Depop. So I really like the way ThredUp does it. You're not going to make a ton of money. You know, if you wanted to be a reseller, that wouldn't be the place to do it. But if you've got clothing that you're going to donate anyway, I think it's a really great way to do it. And, you know, you also can make a little money back, because not everybody's in a place where they can donate all of their gently used items. Some people really do need to sell those items back to be able to buy new clothing items, and that's okay if that's you. And I think ThredUp has a really great way to do that. All right, you guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I would love it if you would leave a comment down below. Tell me which piece was your favorite. Which piece did you not like? Maybe you could leave just the comment cake pop down below if you made it all the way to the end. That way I know that you're listening. Make sure you send this video to someone who loves thrifting and fashion as well. And if you're not already subscribed, I'd love it if you join our little family over here. I'm trying to grow this channel. I'm learning all the time. So even if the quality of the video is not as great today, I'm learning and I'm trying to do better all the time. So I would love it if you'd subscribe. I hope you have a really great day. I hope the rest of your new year is beautiful and wonderful. And I hope this year is full of blessings for you. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.